Hi everyone, it's Mel here from UG Studios, Sydney, Australia, and I'm at the Australian Toy Hobby and Licensing Fair. I'm here with Richard Gill, who is the VP of International for PlayMonster. Thank you so much for joining us today,
You're welcome.
Richard.
Thanks for having me.
You have come all the way from the US for
I
our
have.
fair.
I have.
And straight after New York?
No, I did take a couple of days off, but basically, yeah.
Okay, because the fairs have been quite close to each other
This year
which
has been
is
a
not
problem.
not normal for our industry.
Correct.
So,
Yeah.
now you've been in the toy and games industry for some time. I
Careful.
believe. I know. I won't mention actual years. You're also involved in the launch of Pictionary and Trivial Pursuit worldwide. So
Yes.
What was your involvement with those games?
Originally, I was a production guy for Trivial Pursuit.
Yep.
And I got moved from that to becoming a licensee, which means
Okay.
my company produced it, sold it, marketed it. And then from there, I went to work for the owners of Trivial Pursuit, who were Canadian guys. So that was the Trivial Pursuit story. Just before I left them, I signed the license for Pictionary for my company. And 3 years later, I joined the Pictionary team and became one of the owners of Pictionary for 15 years.
Wow.
And took that all around the world to 50 odd markets, I think.
And so you're still traveling the world, taking
I am.
games to different markets, and we license 5 Second Rule, and that's you brought that to us, and
I did
we've
a
had
long
it for
time
several
ago
years.
now.
Yeah, and we absolutely love it, and it's our best-selling board game.
Good.
So, what over the years, how have you seen it change from the Pictionary Trivial Pursuit days to 5 Second Rule to what you're doing now?
Well, it's a much smaller world than it used to be, a much more global economy. The big thing for me is pricing.
Okay.
If we were to launch Pictionary today in the US, where it retailed for $30 in 1985 when we launched it, we would be launching it at $75 today, if you take into account inflation.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So that shows the difference, whereas today you can buy Pictionary for $20 in America.
Yeah.
What we have to do to squeeze content in and what you're permitted to add in terms of added value has gone down considerably, sadly.
Okay.
But it's also easier to do business because of the internet, travel's easier.
And so when you're traveling to these fairs, so you've been to, how many fairs have you been to this year? Have you been to all? It's quite the tour, the global tour.
This year I haven't done that many. This year I've only done 3.
Okay.
So far, but I'll
New
probably do
York,
7 or 8 by the end of the year.
7 or 8 by the end of the year. So which fairs do you travel to?
Normally do Hong Kong,
Yep.
London, Nuremberg, New York, Australia once every 3 or 4 years.
Yep, we do enjoy when you come and visit us.
Thank you. Tokyo every 2 or 3 years. Shanghai has now become much more important.
Wow, okay.
There's a Russian toy fair. There's one in the UAE. And then we have Distoy in London, which is where people like yourselves come and see new products that companies like mine have to offer. So it's just a great big merry-go-round. And then there's the big game fair is in Essen in Germany in October.
Great.
So,
lots of fun.
Yeah. I think it sounds more fun than it really is.
Really? Okay. Well, I have to take your word for it.
Right.
It's on my bucket list.
We'll get you on
it's
the planes one of
list
these
for
days.
Sure. Yeah. And so at all of those fairs, are you doing a similar job at all of them? So something like 5 Second Rule, when you were showing that to people, was it?
Yes, it's broadly similar.
Okay.
I mean, now I actually work for PlayMonster, which is a distributor and a manufacturer. Previously, I was on the sales side. So it is a little different in Nuremberg and New York, where we're actually pitching direct to retail as well as working with distributors.
Yeah.
But basically the same thing.
And so just to explain it to people watching, so someone like PlayMonster have developed a game.
Yep.
And you have the rights for that, and you're looking for partners around the world, So to license that product and sell it in the different countries. Yeah. Is that a strategy for every game that you have?
On the toy side of the business, we tend to sell the product as a distributor. On the game side, up to this point, yes, we've tended to license it.
Okay.
So we license it and earn a royalty on it rather than selling finished goods.
How many countries is something like 5 Second Rule in now?
This is my most successful game. We're in over 50 countries now.
Wow.
33 languages. We just went into Korea last year. We're in China this year. We're in Japan this year.
Yeah.
We've been in Russia for 5 or 6 years now. Very intriguing different languages, but it crosses all barriers. It's a great game for that.
Yeah. So What does an average day at the Australian Toy Hobby licensing fair look like for you, other than being interviewed on the U Games Australia stand?
It's basically going into meetings with people, trying to understand which retailers have been through, how's the pricing looking, how's the market look for this year, and trying to get a forecast from everybody to understand what my business will look like here through you guys.
Yeah. Are you presenting new products and ideas here, or is that...
No, not this year, because we've already had numerous shows where we've presented things, and you guys kindly picked up Drone Home from me back in Nuremberg just a couple of months ago. So
yeah, fantastic. Good. And so you've gone to all the different fairs. Is there a big difference between our fair and the other ones? I imagine scale is one of them.
Scale is one of the things.
We're not as big as the US.
No, but I always think, and many other people I talk to always think of this as the friendly fair.
The friendly fair.
The friendly fair.
Okay.
Everybody here is so nice, and as an industry, everybody comes together. They have their awards dinner. Everybody goes out, parties together, and has a good time. So it's friendly competition. Don't always see that in all the other markets.
So you've been travelling around everywhere. What sort of trends are you seeing across the industry?
The big trend this year is sustainability.
Yeah.
Trying to find packaging and even products that have the ability to either be recycled or actually not just fill up landfill, but gradually break down, be biodegradable.
Yeah.
There's some plastics that are coming out that are biodegradable.
Yep.
And I think that's a very exciting thing for the industry.
Great.
We've been a little slow to get to market with it, but it's coming.
Yeah, great. Well, less throwaway is so important.
It's always good.
And I like that about board games as well, in that you get a lot of plays out of a board game. It's something that you can keep forever and play with different people. So it's good direction.
The other trend I've seen is trying to incorporate the packaging into the gameplay or even into the play of the toy. So you're actually not just having a box, it's part of the product.
Yeah,
so again,
great.
Helps that sustainability and reusability.
Do you think, apart from the sustainability side, do you think there's any big opportunities for toy companies or sort of innovative products or ideas that we should all be jumping on?
Well, we like to think we have one of the innovative products that we have with you, which is Drone Home, which is putting a drone into a game that nobody else has done that. I think innovation and the coming together of the electronic world and our real world games is going to happen. We've tried multiple times, maybe a little too early, but now with all the improved technology and the interactivity between things, I think it's happening.
Yeah, fantastic. And then we've got one little fun question that we like to ask everyone because we are in the toy and games industry. What was your favourite game as a child?
Oh gosh, that's a tough one to answer. I had so many. My favourite, I'm going to give you two answers.
Okay, all right.
My favourite game was Escape from Colditz.
Escape from
Colditz.
Colditz.
Yeah,
what
was
is Colditz?
Colditz Castle in Germany.
Okay, all right.
Where a bunch of airmen from various countries were kept during the Second World War as prisoners. And the game was all about either escaping or being a guard and trying to keep people in. It just worked for me. And my favourite toy was Lego.
Yeah.
Like many, many people, I think. But I spent hours and hours and hours playing.
Yeah, absolute classic. Do you think they helped you get into the toy industry?
Yes.
Yeah.
As I grew up playing a lot of games, and I ended up. I often say I haven't worked since I was 28, because that's when I got into this industry. Because I always loved toys and games, and when I was 11, 12, I started designing games at Christmas to play with my families and friends. We had a very sort of old-fashioned Christmas with families who all came together.
What was one of the games that you designed?
Well, I used to record sounds onto a cassette, and then I'd play the sound, and they had to guess what it was.
That's fantastic.
I did all of those kinds of parlor games, if you like, for years. Yeah. And then I finally found my way into the toy and game industry.
So how did you get into the toy and game industry?
In a very circuitous way. I did a number of different jobs over the years, but I got involved in making corrugated boxes. And I ended up being an owner of a very small corrugated box making plant that had a game board making machine in one corner. And that was my introduction to actually the toy industry.
That was your introduction to the toy industry. And then
we had a legally blind operator. He operated, it was a very old machine, he operated a lot by feel.
Wow.
And it's quite complicated making a game board, you don't think about it, but it is. And he had it down. And from there, we got...
So you developed contacts when you were
we
making these, and you moved?
Well, the story's weirder than that, really. One day, a gentleman walked through our door who we did not know, being referred by a box maker down the road, and he said, I've just picked up the rights to this game called Trivial Pursuit from Canada, and I need to make some game boards. And the guy down the road said that you guys can do that.
Yeah.
And we said yes, and then we messed it up.
Oh,
Because
no.
Trivial Pursuit, most game boards were like this back in the day. A Trivial Pursuit, you actually had a cut in it, and it was a four-fold game board. So our first delivery went in, and our wonderful people in the factory hadn't really checked it and realized that not all the game boards were square. We had odd angles and bits missing. And so I had to get involved, and I spent 2 weekends working in a warehouse trying to sort out what they would take and what they wouldn't take. And from that, he then asked me to go and join the Trivial Pursuit Europe operation.
That's incredible.
Cooperate. I mean, it's just coincidence, really, being in the right place at the right time.
At 28 years old.
At 28 years old.
That is absolutely amazing.
Been a fantastic ride.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Richard.
Thank you. It's been lovely.
That's Richard Gill.
Thanks for watching, and happy gaming. If you found this video helpful, go ahead, give it a like. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to our channel to make sure you're on top of the latest videos and content from your friends at UG Studios. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.